Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Jojo Siwa. No, I'm not Jojo Siwa, but we are going to talk about her today because she has come out, I'm sure everyone knows, with a new song called Karma. And she is slowly pissing off everyone on the internet with her interviews she was at the iHeart whatever awards or something, and then this interview also came out. I know she talked to this guy, I think, on the red carpet as well, or whatever, dressed in her get up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, actually, I'll quickly, I don't know if I should, but oh, actually, they probably have you can see it back here, this get up over here in the background. She went to an award show looking like that, and it's like a dollar store Kiss costume, but we're gonna do you, girl. Do you, Jojo. So yeah, she's been pissing everybody off with her which we're gonna get into this interview where she talks a lot about being the first person to do a lot of this stuff, when in reality for years, for like a century, really, almost at this point, we've been having people do this exact thing where they transition genres and things like that, and it's not a new thing, it's not a new invention, and yet she thinks she's really doing something. Even the comments on this video are really hilarious. This person's like, can somebody give somebody close to her, give her constructive criticism? The narcissism, I don't know. She really is it really is very narcissistic. You can be a brand and represent yourself and be out there and kooky and crazy or whatever, and do it in a way that doesn't come across of I'm just full of myself, I'm so great, I'm doing this for the first time, I'm blah blah blah, I'm a revolutionary, I just am totally changing the game. It's no, not really. And it's beyond, obviously I think a lot of artists say oh, my album's nothing that's ever been done and blah, blah, blah. A lot of artists say that, and it's yeah, okay, whatever. Sure. But hers is a different level of narcissism and a different level of delusion. It's it's almost annoying, and I don't know if it's just, I'm sure to some degree it's purposeful, it's orchestrated to be this way, so that way that we have to talk about it and we just can't ignore it. So I'm sure to some degree this is all very perfect orchestra of annoying crap that we just have to deal with. So
it's been fun. There's never really been an influencer child star turned into musician adult star. You know what I mean? There's never really been this transition. There's been similar. Never someone that was themselves that's making this boom jump transition to also themselves. You know what I mean? And so,
what does that even mean? Boom transition to yourself? First of all, you're not the first person to do this. Obviously, she talks about Miley Cyrus. Well, Miley Cyrus did this exact same thing. She was Miley Cyrus, and then she became Miley Cyrus. She went from being this kind of good, wholesome Disney star to also a lot of Disney stars have done that transition. I don't know, but with JoJo, it's the transition almost doesn't seem genuine. It seems very concocted of oh, now I'm gonna be a bad girl, now I've come out, I'm a part of the LGBTQ, and which is fine, but don't make it you're the first person to do these things. She just kind of makes it out too that she people are annoyed by it, because I think the underlying message is well, they just don't get it because I'm different and I'm this and I'm that, I'm LGBTQ, I feel that's the underlying thing, and it really annoys me because I'm I feel you're using this aspect of yourself that's you're using it for an excuse, you're saying oh, well, people just don't get it because I'm this, because I'm that. It's no, it's not about getting it. We get it, we've seen it, we've gone through this, and that's fine. You're allowed to totally transition and become an adult, and I know that's probably hard to do in front of millions of people, but you're not unique in that like struggle and that change and that transition. So I don't know. It's very frustrating to listen to these interviews. Like at first I was like, who cares? Like whatever. But now listening to these interviews of like her just being like, I did it first. I'm doing it first. I'm the first one. It's like, girl, you better slow your roll. It's so annoying. You know, she's not known for her like fantastic vocals. And I know a lot of people make fun of it. And it's like, you don't even have to be this amazing singer, but don't like, once again, it's like this cockiness, this narcissism of like, you are like not the greatest to do it. You're not the first to do it. It's like, this is not, slow your roll. That's all I gotta say. Slow your roll. But it just feels so concocted. It's annoying.
Take a song that I can.
Also, just even this interview with her wearing these glasses and this like Cuban links and shit and her face on her shirt. And then like there's the Call Her Daddy episode that just came out, which I like don't even really want to watch or give any attention to because it's like, it just seems like such a fluff piece. I don't even know what the girl's name on that show is, but she's just throwing her these like softball questions. He's kind of like, oh, we thought you were crazy. Oh, yeah, I'm totally crazy. I'm cuckoo girl. It's like, so it's really cringy. It's like, I'm a crazy girl. It's like, oh, I'm so quirky.
Part, of course. I mean, look, if
There's too much of this song in this video, I'm going to get claimed.
If it wasn't me doing it, I'd probably pick it apart too. It's the nature of the world. But I knew
nobody's picking apart. This isn't like you didn't make like you're not Maestro like making a grand masterpiece of a song. I mean, it's like you made a pop song and that people, it's not even the song. Nobody's even talking about the song. They're talking about your arrogant interviews that you give of like, I'm this creative genius. Nobody's ever done this. It's like, girl, we're not talking about the damn song. We don't give a shit about your song. If anything, people are just making fun of it. I just can't think of, I keep thinking of Tana Mojo. She did this like, I was a bad girl. You should look up that TikTok. It was funny.
Whatever this first moment was something that I wanted to be as bold and as ballsy as possible. And there is nothing more ballsy than this song. I mean, it is my favorite song that I've done. It truly is. With this, I think that the artists that inspire me go back to Lady Gaga is number one when it comes to being an artist.
Which also, I love Lady Gaga so much, and her choreographer, Richie, is the same choreographer for Jojo.
Videos back in the day, there was no holding back. There was nothing shy of.
Also, this like back in the day, it's so cringe because it's like, girl, this wasn't that long ago. Like, I know you're young, but it's like, this didn't happen that long ago. It's weird because like I was in like, even for me, I was like, it's like back in my day because like I was in middle school, I think, when this song came out. So trust me, like it was a long time ago for me. So, but I can't even imagine. She was probably like a baby when out if I was in middle school.
Dance, wardrobe, singing, props, like every aspect of everything. It was always so full out, so full circle, and no holding back. You can always grow.
And I mean, obviously, we have the single now. It's out in the world.
Yes.
What's coming next? Like, are we gonna get a full album?
Look, I think whether people like to admit it or not, this song, maybe me as a whole, is people's guilty pleasure. And
oh my God, it's so narcissistic. It's crazy. This interview is like, I get like, I hope deep down he's just like, he's holding back laughter because I can't even, this is so crazy. She thinks she is the moment. It's so hard to listen to.
I think that gives us somewhere to go.
Okay, what's in the vault?
People just love to listen to me. People want to know what's next. It's like, yeah, right. We're dying for this Jojo Siwa album. God.
You feel like the genre that you're exploring with this song? What would you call the genre?
The genre is, I said it back in the day when I first signed with Columbia, I said, I want to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop. And they were like,
which I also saw an interview with this and people were so mad. It's like, like people get mad at artists like Billie Eilish and stuff for queer baiting, and I'm like, to me this is like the worst version of queer baiting, because it's like the call is coming from inside the house. Like you are using your own like identity to monetize yourself, you know, in like such a, it's like there's no history, there's no like understanding of where you came from, the people who came before you. I mean, it's like a tale as old as time, and you have no respect for the people who came before you and did it before you and did it quite honestly better than you and will continue to do it better than you. It's like you have no respect. Like the call is coming from inside the house, and you guys should be scared, because this is like, I don't know, this to me is just like the lowest form of queer baiting. Like literally it's horrible. It's so narcissistic. I hate it. I'm not even a part of like the LGBT community, and I'm still like, this is horrible. This makes me mad. And it doesn't even involve me.
And I was like, it's like K-pop, right? But it's gay pop. There's a style of dance. It's a newer style of dance. I'm aging myself. It was newer when I was 8, right? Now I'm 20, and it's not newer anymore. It's old. But there's a style of dance called jazz funk. It's jazz, it's hip hop. They have a baby, they made jazz funk, right? You can wear sneakers or you can wear jazz shoes. It's kind of in between. And I feel like that is this world of music. It's the songs like Applause by Lady Gaga. It's the On My Own, Miley Cyrus.
Well, and this is the weird part, is that she says she's like, I'm making it up and I'm doing my own thing, but then she lists off all these artists who literally did it before her. So it's like, so which is it? Are you doing it first? Or are you like copying the playbook? You know, it's like, I don't get.
Miley Cyrus, Karma. It's that world of music where it's not necessarily pop. It's not giving you Katy Perry, California Girls pop. It's giving you Lady Gaga, Judas. You know what I mean? It's like,
you're such a student of pop music. I'm obsessed.
Oh my God, shut up. This guy's not for real. This guy can't be for real. He has to be dying inside. There's no fucking way. He can't be for real. That is not real. Oh my God. Oh my God. No fucking way. That was not, we have to watch that again. That was so funny.
Lady Gaga, Judas. You know what I mean? It's like,
you're such a student of pop music. I'm obsessed.
I am.
You're such a student of pop music. Oh, you're such a student of pop music.
I'm obsessed. And I have a vision, and I've always.
Yeah, you were such a student of pop music. Yeah, all this shit that came out when she was literally like 5 years old.
So you're not nervous, huh? So, because what I want to know is like, yeah, because I'm like, how do you feel putting this song out and be like, nobody knows this?
Sorry, I'm skipping around. So just bear with me, because I haven't watched this full episode. That was so funny, though. You're such a student of pop music.
What is the reaction going to be? That doesn't make you scared? Well, you said it does.
I love making the art. This is the point in time that I thrive in.
Art is a very vague word, but yeah, or very whatever.
Making the actual art itself, and I enjoy the process. I've learned that if you're proud of it and you're enjoying it, that is the most important thing. I mean, I learned that lesson when I was 14. I mean, of course it's like, yo, is the world gonna like it or not? And I mean, I think my thing kind of is like it or not, you're gonna look. It's scary though putting.
Oh my God. It's so, it's painful.
Putting yourself out there, but like, people are not gonna like it. People are gonna be mad at me, for sure.
But it is.
But like, I don't understand this. Like, people are gonna be mad at me, like, because you're a child star transitioning into like being an adult. Like, I feel like that boat for her sailed like a few years ago. Like, Nickelodeon kind of denounced her and stuff, and it's like, that sucks. And you have every right to be like, you know, this Nickelodeon or whatever it was, you know, I made them millions of dollars, you know, like I was their product and I made them so much money, and they basically like tossed me to the side when I became an adult. Like, yeah, that's shitty, and that's totally valid to like be like, you know, I'm moving on and I'm an adult now and I'm going to do other things, but like, don't act like, I don't know. It's like one thing to be like, okay, yeah, maybe those like children who grew up listening to me or liked me, maybe their parents don't want me, like, don't want them to watch me anymore or whatever. But it's like, it's not this, I don't know. It's also like, it's still, even though it's like an adult version of her, it's still very like childish. So it's just, I don't know. It's just like, it's still childish. Like, yeah, I'm swearing. I'm saying Karma's a bitch, but like, you're still doing it in this like goofy, like rhinestone, you know, it's the same thing. It's like, you went from wearing pink rhinestones to black rhinestones. It's like, it's not that big of a transition.
And you've talked about, like, through our conversation, a few people that have inspired you, but what's an artist that you feel like did this transition, you know, the best, or that you've seen and you're like, you know what?
Well, in her mind, she's the one doing it the best. She did it first. She's doing it the best. I like how he's like trying to be like, so like all those other people that you mentioned, like they did it better. They did it first, right? Like, right? You know that, right?
From kid to adult, this is how you do it.
I mean, it's no secret that my transition is heavily inspired by Miley Cyrus, of course. I remember being 8 years old and she came out with Bangers and she...
I was like graduating high school when that came out. That's painful.
Finger, Robin.
Also, she saw this at 8? Yikes.
Teddy bears.
What a moment.
Exactly. What a moment. Like it or not, everyone knows that moment. And I think that made such an...
Yeah, but you know what's interesting too? She you know, I love Bangers because like, but I was in high school and like I love Miley Cyrus and stuff. But like, Miley Cyrus got a lot of crap for that. I think it was like MTV Awards or whatever. She got a lot of shit for that, and it didn't make her or Robin Thicke look good. Like, it was not... I don't think that, like, that's a bar we need. I don't think that's the standard we need to live to. Because, like, it was, like, very trashy and very, like... it just wasn't good. Like, it wasn't good, and it's not looked upon as like a great moment in pop culture. So I don't know why that's like the bar we're setting ourselves to, of like, yeah, let me be like trashy Miley Cyrus, like, who, you know, she came out with Bangers and was being called like a culture vulture and like being criticized by the hip hop community and being, you know, it's like, you know, I appreciated that time in Miley Cyrus. Like, I liked it, but also I'm like, I understand the criticism too of that era of Miley. So, and she's kind of denounced it too. So it's like, why? I don't know. I don't get why that's the bar. That's the standard of like what we're setting ourselves to, is this moment in history that even Miley Cyrus like probably wants to forget. So I don't know.
Impact. I think every child star has made their impact in some which way becoming an adult star, but Miley's flip, Miley's switch, Miley's turn was...
Also, like, that switch for Miley Cyrus happened, like, way before Bangers, so I don't know, like, what she's talking about. But, okay.
The greatest thing that I've witnessed with my own two eyes, you know?
Also, like, Miley Cyrus, not only did she... I don't think that like, Bangers was not, like, a great time in her life from what my understanding. You know, like, she and Liam were on the rocks or, you know, broken up or whatever. And she was heavily doing, I think, like, drugs and things like that. And, like, you know, maybe she still does. I have no idea. But, and she did, like, one album after that I think was also a little kooky. I can't remember the name of it, but... And then went back to kind of being like sort of regular, like a different Miley, but still like more regular Miley, what we know of Miley Cyrus.
Shaped your voice or who you are as an artist?
I mean, my voice literally and physically, it blew it out. I have one vocal cord. I don't have two, so that's...
Not one vocal cord.
No, I really...
A singular cord.
I really do. I ruptured my right vocal cord. We don't know when, we don't know how.
It's from all that screaming as a child.
I went to a vocal doctor and they were like, yeah, I've never seen this before. Your right cord is just done for. Like, let's give it some vocal rest, see if it heals. went on vocal rest for 8 days. It healed 20%. Then I was like, well, we ain't doing that again. I was hosting an event the next day, and I was like, I can't be on vocal rest tomorrow. Like, here we go, hope for the best. Yeah, so righty tighty over here is lefty does all the work. It's fine.
That's wild.
I've definitely grown up in a different way than any other child star. There's the two lanes of...
you didn't. You literally didn't, but okay.
Celebrity.
I mean, I guess, like, yeah, you went from being a reality star to, like, Nickelodeon to... But...
Right? There's mainstream celebrity, and then there's influencer celebrity. I'm somewhere in the middle. I've had both. You know what I mean? And I'm really the only person in my generation that has grown up with the, like, 50 mix of both.
The TikTok or the viral moment of Billie Eilish at the People's Choice Awards. And when she was like, why are all these TikTokers here?
Yes.
That was interesting to me because you had these massive TikTok influencers that were there with the musicians sitting all together.
Yes.
So what do you feel about like that mixture of the worlds?
So look, I think that I don't know what happened with Billie. Let me preface this, I've never met Billie. I love.
Girl, it doesn't, the question has nothing to do with Billie. Girl, we know you haven't met Billie Eilish. I don't think Billie Eilish would want to be in 10 feet of you.
Like, literally fucking marry me tomorrow, please. Like, love.
Oh my God, she's so cringy. It's so awkward.
Love her influence, love everything about Billie.
Literally not answering the question. Like, hello, what? What? Doesn't have, what?
I can understand where she was coming from because I think there is an etiquette at something like the People's Choice Awards. I've been to them. I understand the etiquette. I mean, you have everyone from Billie Eilish.
Oh my God, she's...
For Aniston to Ellen DeGeneres to TikTok people there. Now, don't count the TikTokers out because there are successful, professional, good TikTokers, but there are also some TikTokers, right? That's such, feels like it's like a bad term. It's not at all. It's not a bad thing at all to be a TikToker. I'm a fucking TikToker, you know what I mean? But
oh my God, her like forcing the swear words is just amazing.
That don't understand the etiquette at an event like that. I think Billie knows there's always a camera in her face. That girl cannot go anywhere without everything being recorded. If that's the shadiest thing she's ever said, like,
wow,
let it fucking be shade. Like,
God, it's like painful to listen to her.
They
do, and one thing they judged you about, so let's talk about this. A couple things I want to get through. The ponytail and the shedding of the bow, right?
Yeah.
So was that something that was difficult to you? Did you care? Was it liberating?
Before my 18th birthday, it was kind of like I was like wearing a middle ponytail to rehearsals, but then a side ponytail and bow on stage. I was wearing it in a low ponytail when I would, you know, be chilling at house, but then if I wanted to make a video, I'd put it up in the side ponytail and bow. Like, that was always kind of like the dynamic, and that was, you know, right after I got my first girlfriend, and so I felt a little more mature, like she's making out for the first time, she feels like a woman, and I was like,
oh my God, so cringe.
Make out and like have a side ponytail and bow, and like that just doesn't work, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, it just doesn't work. I'm not gonna go into details. Anyways,
girl, we don't want you to. Trust us. Trust.
Got you.
Just use your imagination, and there's literally been times where I've had to be like,
I'm losing the bow.
Like, we're in, yeah.
Well, I mean,
wait, you're saying the bow isn't? Yeah, that's weird. It's like the other person was probably like, I'm kissing a child. I'm kissing like a literal 6-year-old.
Talk about that too, because you came out as pansexual. That was obviously such a huge thing to go through. So, like, was that something that was a poignant decision that you made that you wanted to do, or did it take time?
Honestly, it was very fast. Immediately knew, men are not my thing, women are my gig, gotta go. I always have said, like, look, one day, like, if I love a boy, great. If I love a girl, great. I mean, I had 2 boy flings, 1 real boyfriend, and never really thought much of anything. And then I met this girl who I realized I knew she was gay. 6 months later, she became my first girlfriend. But having her as my friend, I got to kind of be like really in the know of everything, right? And then my family asked me, they were like, what would you do if she tried to make a move on you? And I was like, oh, she would never. Really, please hope she does. Like, I would love it. You know what I mean?
See, if she had just done like this end of the video was like way better and like more genuine, but the beginning is just so, it's like too much. But anyway, yeah, like I
do need to talk about this new look because it is a 180 from
fully
your whole fucking life, essentially. Fully. Like, did you keep the bows? Like, where are the bows? Are they in a drawer?
They're all at my
the wearing the bedazzle hat on a podcast is just so yeah, this is the look I'm talking about. This is
So tell me, man.
Yeah, this is the same interviewer in this. I think it's the same guy. Maybe I'm crazy. But oh my god. I think it is. This is Billboard. Yeah, so I think it's the same guy, but oh my god. This interview too, just so cringe.
Song's coming out this weekend. How you feeling? Are you ready?
I have already, there's a little kid right there, so I'm going to cover my face. I have already shit every brick possible that I got none left in me. So
oh my god, there's a child. It's like, okay. I should probably stop watching this because I feel bad like shitting on her so much, but I'm like, it's just, I think the arrogance and the like, I'm better than everyone, or I did it first. That is what's annoying people. It's not this like, it's different. Therefore, so people don't understand it. It's like, no, we get it. But anyway, so that's all I wanted to say. And yeah, I'm trying not to be mean, but it's hard to defend somebody who also defends like child predators, like James Charles, and is friends with Colleen Ballinger. She's good friends with those people, and so it's kind of weird. Like, I think she's a little she's had the Kool-Aid, and she's in the cult, so I hate to be so hard on her, but anyway, well, there's my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys think about Jojo Siwa's transition. I think it's just the interviews are really, I think, what's making it worse. So if she just maybe stopped giving interviews at some point, that would be great. But anyway, so yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.